anniversary with Toastmasters. As excited as she is about her own achievements this past year, she's even more excited about what all of you will be achieving in the coming year. The objective of her speech today is to deliver a motivational speech and influence her audience to action. She also wants to assure you that being president hasn't changed her at all. But she does remind you that she is to be referred as Madam President. And you must avert your gaze in her presence. Please welcome me to welcome Carrie.
Isn't that a horrible statement? Isn't that, I mean, just totally dreadful? That is not a Carrie original, believe it or not. I know, hard to believe. That is a Diana Ross quote. When you hire Diana to come to your facility to perform, you must sign a contract, and part of that includes a rider. And in the rider, one of her provisions is that you must avert your gaze in her presence. I'm sure that Diana Ross is a fantastic performer who wants to be remembered for her singing ability. However, after reading that, I remember that horrible statement, and frankly, what a horrible person she must be to think that way. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I want to talk to you about being remembered for the right things. I know that I don't want to be remembered for horrible things, and as a Toastmaster, I came here so that I could be remembered for the messages that I give and the leadership qualities that I have or portray. Sorry, it's been one of those days. As Toastmasters, we are fortunate because we not only have a January 1st, New Year's Eve, or New Year's to start, we also have a July 1st New Year's that we get to start all over again with fresh beginnings. And at this new year, I want to challenge you to spend your hour of Toastmasters practicing something called mindfulness. You're probably going to ask, Carrie, what is mindfulness? Well, it can be attributed to a Buddhist belief of moment to moment being in the present thought. So again, you're probably looking at me like, wow, Carrie, you're going Buddhist on us. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Remember, we're Toastmasters. We're supposed to be practicing our speaking. So why do we care about this? Well, let's look at the bigger picture. Toastmasters is a phenomenal organization. They have come up with a program where every single thing that they want you to do has a purpose. Those purposes all tie back to improving your speaking ability and improving your leadership. You can come to a meeting, you can show up, you can kind of skate through and get nothing out of it. It's perfectly okay. There's no problem in that. However, I seem to remember, at least for me personally, that I came here with a purpose, that I wanted to learn, that I wanted to be better. And in fact, not only are we here by choice, we actually pay to be here. So why not get every single moment out of this hour that you possibly can? Sounds logical, especially, like I said, since the majority of us are paying to be here. So I propose that going forward, you use your hour of Toastmasters as an hour of mindfulness practice. I personally do this, and these are the steps that I take in order to be mindful during my hour of Toastmasters. Very first thing is I leave the rest of my life out in the hallway. You know, the laundry list, the things that you have to do, the projects that you have to finish, the people that you have to get in contact with, they're all out there right now. And I can guarantee that they're gonna still be out there waiting for me at the end of the meeting. I am still gonna have to finish that project this afternoon. I'm still gonna have to get gas in my car. It'll still be there, but I can forget about it for this hour. The next thing in my transition is to think about the words that I'm saying when we repeat the Toastmaster's promise. Have you ever thought about the words that we're saying? You can, again, just parrot back what Bill is saying, but it talks about willingly preparing for meeting roles, helping your fellow members. It kind of helps you transition mentally as to why we're here, what purpose we have. The last thing kind of goes into the willingly preparing for. We have an opportunity every meeting to have a role. Some of it is quite simple. You could have the thought for the day like Mary had. Some of it, and you might think, well, what does that mean? Who cares? That actually is really important because if you're new to Toastmasters, it gives you an opportunity to speak in front of a group without any pressure. You know exactly what you're going to say, and you're allowed to even read it. So you get a small chance to practice. So that way, if you start thinking about it, you can look at the theme, you can tie it in, you can be totally engulfed with your one small task. It goes all the way up to the point of giving a full-blown speech. There are other smaller roles. When you have the grammarian, it's a twofold event. You have a speaking opportunity. At the same time, you're giving back to the people around you because you're giving them another word that they can use in their vocabulary. So not only are you giving, but you're receiving when you are mindful of your roles in Toastmasters. We have a great opportunity. It's July 1st. It is the new Toastmasters year. I really want to challenge you in our new year to go out. Take new vim and vigor and take this fortuitous opportunity to become renewed in your Toastmasters lives. Be mindful.